Appealing it doesn't work.
I'm not going to question YouTube decisions.
I'm not sure there was any decision actually made. If I'm not mistaken, claims are automated, without human intervention, unless the claim is appealed. Technically, I could make a claim on any one of your videos, and the system would automatically apply the claim, even if it's not a legitimate claim. Most of the video takedowns can be resolved with slight changes to the video. If it's a copyright claim for music, you can mute out the audio that is claimed. If it's a privacy claim, you can blur out the person's face. What was the claim against the 4? Everyone has the right to free press in the United States. There is no such thing as an expectation of privacy in public.
Why have other cop vids passed the privacy claim?
You can blur faces with the YouTube Studio from a computer. If you can access the video and blur the faces on the YouTube Studio, you should be able to appeal it and have the video taken off private mode. You could try to appeal it without blurring any faces, using the defense that they're public officials in their official capacity. And while I've seen cop videos mentioning that their appeal was granted on those grounds, I've also seen cop videos blurred saying their appeal was denied. But if it's blurred, that should appease the appeal. You get your video, and they get their privacy with the added bonus of looking even more foolish for filing a privacy complaint as a public official. You could follow up with a civil suit against the public official for monetary loss due to the privacy complaint, but that might be costly. And sometimes things like that don't pan out as planned. I'm sure people would rather watch the videos with a bit of blurring over someone's face than not being able to watch them at all.
Travis's ability to record police has not been denied. His ability to earn money by using non-consenting participants is the issue. There is no constitutional right to earn money using the likeness of others without their consent.
There's no law against using someone's likeness without their consent.
Sorry, Jimmy, you are wrong. Every state will have this, but I will use CA as an example. California Civil Code, Section 3344, provides that it is unlawful, for the purpose of advertising or selling, to knowingly use another's name, voice, signature, photograph, or likeness without that person's prior consent.
For purposes of this section, a use of a name, voice, signature, photograph, or likeness in connection with any news, public affairs, or sports broadcast or account, or any political campaign, shall not constitute a use for which consent is required under subdivision. Did you intentionally overlook this part?
I don't believe that section applies since Travis is not a journalist and the video would not be considered newsworthy. You could argue it is, but I doubt any judge or jury will buy it.
Almost 68K subscribers would disagree that it is not newsworthy. Travis has over 17 million views, with his top video having almost 3.5 million views. Clearly people are interested in the news he is providing, even if you aren't. And everyone who journals is a journalist. That's the entire point of freedom of the press. Everyone has that right, not just big commercial news organizations. Freedom of the press is for everyone.
what any number of subscribers think is irrelevant. And 17 million views over 9 years is hardly significant. As I said previously, Travis is free to make the argument in court and he may even succeed, but I don't believe he would.
You should appeal always. This just gives cops the wrong idea and make it a bigger issue than it is. He isn't making money off of their likeness. He isn't selling their image, voice, or anything. He is posting newsworthy, of public interest stories regarding government actions. All news programs make money from sponsorships and ad revenue. From Google's own wording. When you report a privacy complaint, we consider public interest, newsworthiness. Cops, government etc. fall squarely in those categories. It's of public interest and newsworthy. Also, in its transparency report, Google highlighted the issue of police requests for removal of YouTube videos documenting police actions. We received a request from a local law enforcement agency to remove YouTube videos of police brutality, which we did not remove. Separately, we received requests from a different local law enforcement agency for removal of videos allegedly defaming law enforcement officials. We did not comply with those requests, which we have categorized in this report as defamation requests.
So basically you are showing that Google has found the video lacks newsworthiness or any public interest? Otherwise, they would have disallowed the complaint, correct? Also, I doubt any law enforcement agency filed the privacy request. This was most likely an individual. That is great news. He should have no problem editing them out of the video then.
No, because Hen doesn't appeal it. It's pretty much automatic. Sometimes an actual person will review it though. If he appealed, one will actually review it. You make no sense, haha.
This prohibits commercial use of one's likeness without their consent. For example, Adidas can't go out and photograph someone walking down the street wearing Adidas shoes and use that image in an advertisement. However, the news media can photograph someone in public and publish that image on a magazine cover without their consent. That applies to anyone practicing photo-video journalism. In the US there is no threshold separating national big media and amateur reporting. Each receive the same protections under the First Amendment of the U.S. Constitution.
If your absurd color of law was true, journalism would be illegal because they make money. SCOTUS has already ruled bloggers are journalists in the traditional sense. Citizens who photograph our officials in public are journalists. Darnella Frazier, a 17-year-old, was awarded journalism's most prestigious award, the Pulitzer Prize, for documenting George Floyd's abuse. Citizen journalists, like cameras, are ubiquitous today.